Hello, happy Saturday everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate cheesecake. I've been making this cheesecake for decades. And what you're going to need is 2 cups of chocolate wafer crumbs. I'm using Oreo cookies. You can use whatever kind of cookie crumbs you want. So I put them in this bag, 2 cups, and just to get it started, I beat it up with this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is for the crust. It's okay if it's a little chunky in here. I like it that way. It gives it kind of some more character. So let's measure it. Okay, it's exactly 2 cups. And now I'm just going to take a shortcut. This is my 9-inch springform pan. A springform pan is a pan where the bottom pops out like that. So I'm just going to pour the cookie crumbs in with 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Push that around. We're also using 5 eggs at room temperature and 3 cream cheeses, 8 ounce each at room temperature. One cup of sugar, and you're going to need 2 packages of Baker's Square semi-sweet chocolate. It is 4 ounces a pack. And for the filling, we're going to take 2 ounces of this and melt it. It comes in squares. So if you count 4 squares being 1 ounce, then we have 4 ounces here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So half of that is going to be 2 ounces. Oh, 5-second rule. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our filling with the cream cheese. I put it into a blender. It's absolutely necessary that your cream cheese and your eggs be at room temperature. So let them sit out for 3 hours or more before you start this. A cup of sugar. That's half a cup. And you know what? I put a little bit less than a cup of sugar, just a little bit less, a couple tablespoons less. It doesn't have to be that sweet. Okay, and The eggs go in one at a time. You also are going to stir it up in there a good 5, 6 different times as we keep putting the eggs in. You have to get what's on the bottom and stir it up. Okay, so I have 3 more eggs to go in, and I'll be back. We have everything mixed up for the filling in here, and we're going to pour half of it onto the crust. Kind of make sure no bottoms are showing, no bottom pieces. You know, push the cookie crust over to cover it up if you see any. Okay, so half of this, I'm just eyeballing it. Okay. And the other half gets mixed with melted chocolate. I think this might need just a touch more of heat. And then it's going to go in the oven at 300 degrees for 50 minutes. I'm going to cook it for 55 minutes. I want to make sure it's done. Okay, melted chocolate. This is one of 2 cheesecakes that I make. The other one is the lemon mascarpone one. That's also on my YouTube page if you want to watch that video. That's, I think, if I was to pick which one I would rather have, I might have to say, I don't know. It's a tough chop. It's a tough call. Well, it isn't going to mix unless I have this in there. There we go. You don't need to blend this in the blender a long time. You know, just enough for the lumps to get out. Okay, so I'm just going to do a zigzag sort of a motion here. My mother used to always say that when she was making something, she was making it with love. So, you know, that's very important. Tradition that I grew up with is when you make something, you make it with love. So if you're making it with love, then you're putting the love into it, you know, so whoever gets this into them and takes a bite, you know, they're ingesting love, I guess. I don't know. But my take on that is that, you know, and I have a little bit of a phobia about baking. If I'm upset or stressed out, I won't cook for anybody or bake for anybody because my mind is thinking, what am I putting into it? Okay, so just get a little bit of a swirl action going on. You don't, when you start to feel like you're touching the crust, your knife is in too deep. And then just make the shape of an M in both directions. Okay. This is ready to go in the oven. Cheesecake came out of the oven. We had it in there at 300 degrees for 50 minutes, 55 minutes, you know. And then we waited for it to completely cool. After maybe an hour and a half, then we put it in the refrigerator with wrap over it for 2 hours. And now I'm just going to put it on this we're going to remove it from the springform pan. Okay. I'm just going to push it out on top of the jar. Okay, here it comes. Ta-da! Okay, it's a beauty. We melted 6 ounces of the semi-sweet chocolate right in here. Put it in the microwave, 30-second intervals. We have a half a cup of sour cream. It's gonna be good. ingredients to it. This is the frosting or topping or whatever. Okay. Did Amazon drop something off, Wally? Ooh. This is going to, it's a ganache. Yeah, it's gonna, when it hardens, it's gonna be like a soft candy coat, not crispy. I like it like that. A little bit of a chew, Let me teach you something about icing. Not that it's gonna matter with this because it's a cheesecake, but on a regular cake, if you don't wanna get crumbs in your icing, what you do is you never lift the spatula from the icing, because once you do, you pick up the crumbs and you put them somewhere else. Kind of like pollination. So what you do is you just push it. Pull, push, pull, push. Guess I'll be cheating tonight on my diet. Beautiful. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed this, because I sure will. Back into the refrigerator we go. Bye-bye. And hello. There we go. I'm in my arts and crafts room, and this isn't cheating. It's got lots of protein in it, and that ganache icing is like a fudge. You know how fudge is when you bite into it? Really good. This is what I've been doing today. I'm making an owl. It's not even halfway done. God bless you.